and reliable. If we take a look at the smartphone landscape today, it's clear that there's been a significant shift towards innovating in under-display camera technology. Brands are now laser-focused on achieving that full-screen experience without relying on any moving parts. While under-display tech is still maturing, it still offers a solid-state solution that effectively addresses many of the durability and efficiency concerns associated with pop-up cameras. Without moving components, manufacturers can create sleeker designs that will last longer. And as I briefly mentioned, consumer attitudes have also evolved. People seem to be more comfortable with small cutouts as they no longer significantly disrupt the viewing experience. It's almost like we've all collectively adapted to these design choices. A prime example of this is Apple's innovative dynamic island feature on the iPhone, which embraces the cutout rather than shying away from it. Instead of seeing it as an obstacle, Apple has cleverly incorporated it into the user experience, and turning it into what was once a design flaw into a functional feature. This shift highlights how brands are now moving forward by just integrating this technology into the phones rather than seeing it as something that needs to be removed. While pop-up cameras were a bold innovation, they were never meant to stick around for the long haul. In fact, most brands introduced them as a temporary fix, a way to keep these displays clear and uninterrupted until under-display technology was ready. The idea was simple. Pop-ups gave us that all-screen look without sacrificing the front camera, while brands worked behind the scenes to figure out a more permanent solution. But here's the catch. They seriously underestimated how long it would take them to make an under-display camera work efficiently. Hiding a camera under the screen turned out to be way more complicated than anticipated, from reducing pixel interference to making sure the image quality wasn't compromised. As months turned into years, companies realized that under-display tech just wasn't going to be ready anytime soon. When the tech didn't pan out as quickly as they hoped, they had to make a tough choice. They could either continue to invest in pop-up mechanisms, which had its own set of issues, or pivot back to something more reliable: screen cutouts. And while brands hoped the transition would be smooth, it wasn't that simple for a lot of users. Anyone who had experienced a truly full-screen display with a pop-up camera felt a little bit disappointed when they had to switch back to a phone with the hole punch or notch. It felt like we were giving up something innovative, something that we had just gotten used to. And so pop-up cameras might mostly be gone, but they haven't vanished entirely. They're still around in certain markets where that unique motorized quirk is something that people find refreshing in a world of similar phone designs. And when you really think about it, the rise of the pop-up camera actually paved the way for a lot of what we're seeing today in phones. They pushed the industry to think harder about screen space and design, helping kickstart the under-display technology trend that we're now seeing brands chase after. It's like these phones with pop-up cameras were a testing ground, proving that people wanted a cleaner and more immersive screen, just without all of the trade-offs. So sure, pop-up cameras may have come and gone in a flash, but they left a mark on smartphone history. They were a bold experiment in giving us that all-screen